Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Karen Marie and today I thought I would do a sort of a little bit too late of a Friday sews with quite a bit of catching up. Yeah, today is actually Saturday. So yeah, I know I'm cheating just a little bit on the Friday sews, but I had intended to do this yesterday, but then, life happened. I actually have quite a bit to catch up on today, or catch you up on. So I actually have a little list with some of the things that I'm going to talk about so that I don't forget everything. So yeah, excuse me if I'm looking down a little bit. So it's Saturday and it is absolutely glorious weather outside. And, if you live somewhere that's really dark and really cold and the winter is really long, then you'll know the sort of feeling of elation and gratitude for spring. They do tell us that Norwegians are, a bit taciturn and very difficult to get to know, but that it's easier in the summer because we are a completely different people in the summertime, which I actually believe is true. So excuse me if I'm a little bit, all over the place today, but it's the inner joy of having the sun on my face. It is so good. So yeah, okay. I'm sorry I didn't post a video last weekend. I usually get one up every weekend. But yeah, life has been happening and the university is quite a stressful place to be in the spring term. Stress is not good for anyone, but it is particularly bad for people with autoimmune diseases such as I have. So the stress has kind of gotten to me a little bit and I've had a few health issues. So this is why I haven't really had the energy all the time to be able to sew much over the past 2 weeks. So I thought, let's just give it a miss last weekend. But I'm here today now, and for a couple of nights now, I've been able to sew a little bit more. So yeah, I thought I would share my newest mix with you, and I have purchased a couple of new patterns. I've received some fabrics. And I thought I'd give you a little update on how I'm getting on with my Sew April blouse challenge. So yeah, that's what's in store for you today. I'll try to leave like timestamps and everything, so feel free to jump back and forth. Okay, so I thought I would start with the mix that I've been able to sew up over the past couple of days. And I thought I would start with a little dress that I made for my youngest daughter. So she said to me on Thursday afternoon, about like 6:30 in the evenings, she said to me, tomorrow we're going to dress in green and orange clothing for Earth Week celebration at their school. And I did know that, but then I thought, she could just wear her orange sweater, it's fine. But then she said, can you make me a green dress? And, I didn't have the heart to say no. So I rummaged through my stash and I was able to sew up this little number. Oops, that's the back. So it is a green jersey. It has sort of a tie on the top of the shoulder. Oops, and a loose thread. Oops, sorry. And then this is a green gingham linen that I got from Selfmade several years ago. I only had a meter, so I've been kind of thinking what I should do with it, but this turned out to be the perfect project for it. The pattern is loosely based on one that I found in this sewing book. Now, this is a Norwegian designer, and I think she has several books, 2 or 3 at least, I think. And I think they're only available in Norwegian. But I actually borrowed this at my local library, and I used the dress that's called, hang on, I've got it. Oh, here we are. It's this one. It's called På en snurr. It's totally, you know, I can't really translate that in a meaningful way. So it is this dress, and it has, you can see it more closely here. So it has that tie detail on the top, but this one has a circle skirt. Now, I didn't really have enough fabric for a total circle skirt in her size. So I decided to just cut out a triangle. Oh, triangle, what I'm saying. A rectangle. And then just, you know, gather it in to the top. The patterns are on these kind of pages, and yeah, I mean, they are kind of birder style, I'm not going to lie, which I am not a fan of. I'm not a fan of tracing on a good day, but this was really quite difficult. The different patterns are on these sheets, and they have different colors. But first of all, it's really difficult to find which color it actually matches the pattern that you want. And secondly, all the sizes for the pattern is in the same color. I mean, obviously, otherwise there will be complete chaos, but that makes it really hard, even for people with quite good eyesight, as I actually have. So yeah, that wasn't the easiest. I've actually borrowed this book before and made this little play suit too for one of my nieces. And the instructions are really, really brief. So this is all you get for this entire dress. And I mean, the patterns in this book is really lovely. But, you know, it's not for beginners. I wouldn't say that with such sparse instructions. However, I mean, the dress is really cute, I think, and it suited her and she likes it. So yeah, that's a win. I was able to make it up in like an hour and a half, I think, so, or maybe 2 maximum. So yeah, it was really simple. And now, you know, for the So April blouse challenge update. So for those of you who haven't heard, Ruan from the Yorkshire Sew Girl and Gabrielle from the Cloth Edit, they are running a challenge to make up a blouse in the month of April, basically. I have already talked about one of my makes. I don't think I'm going to enter that into the challenge, but that was the Sew House 7 Romy top. But I am entering this. And this is actually a top that I made for my sister. Unfortunately, she hasn't tried it on yet. She lives in Oslo, so I hope it fits. Otherwise, I can make some small adjustments too. I didn't have a pattern, so I sort of just loosely based it on a t-shirt pattern that I already had that fit her. So this is a woven gingham cotton that I got at my local fabric store. And this, I've put a little Rosy Cheeks label inside it, if you can see it. So yeah, when I get a picture of her in it, then I will post it in a later vlog, but obviously I can't do it right now because she's not here. The third blouse, and this I think I am going to enter. I'm actually wearing it right now, and it is the Vivian Xiao Chen Nephaline blouse. when I shared my plans for April blouse or plans, pattern inspiration, a lot of you really wanted me to make this one. And so I did. I don't know if you can see this, but this is the pattern. It comes in two variations. So this one has sort of a button all the way up and sort of a crew neck. And this one is the one I made. It's a lower cut one with a ruffle, and it has this really interesting pleat detail on the sleeves. So that goes for both versions. And I know the jury is sort of out on this one. I'll put in a better picture and everything, but I can stand up and just let you have a look at it. So this is it. It's quite loose fitting, as you can see. It sort of is a little longer in the back than in the front. I used this fabric, which is a viscose that I got at my local fabric store that's called Kjolesenteret. And I used these little yellow buttons that I got at Selfmade. I thought, yellow buttons would quite, suit it to pick up the yellow in the rest of them. It has this really ruffle along the top. Normally, I'm not much of a ruffle girl. Frills and ruffles and those kinds of things doesn't really do it for me. But I was really inspired to sew this because it was so different to all of the other patterns, blouse patterns that I have. So yeah, the Nephaline goes from, they have different kind of sizing. It's size 1 to 9, and it goes from a 32-inch bust to a 48-inch bust. So perhaps not the largest, most inclusive pattern, but the ease in this is so, it's so oversized that you could probably quite well fit into it anyway, if your bust is larger than 48. Hello there, it is editing me. I did realize after I'd filmed this, way after, just now in fact, that, yes, the B cup goes up to a 48-inch bust. However, there are two options. So there is also a D cup version that goes up to a 60-inch bust. So, begging your pardon, if you're Vivian Xiao Chen and thought, that's not true. No, it's not. So I've learned, and so this can actually fit, many more people, and I'm very grateful for that. So my measurements put me in a 6. However, I did have a look at the finished garment measurements, and I thought that's going to be, drowning me. So I went down one size, and I'm really happy that I did. I didn't have, I usually have a look at the height that it's drafted for. I didn't. I don't know if it is in there because I sort of totally forgot. But it is perhaps like this much shorter than I would wish. So if I make it again, and I probably will, then I'll add just a teeny bit on the length of it. It was a very straightforward sew, I would say. The thing that took the longest was actually the ruffle along the neckline, because the piece that you're going to gather in is really, really long, and then, distributing the gathers quite evenly and everything, that's always the thing that I fiddle the most with anyway. So yeah, that took me quite a while. And then, I have to say this first, the finishing on the inside is really, really nice, because you sort of, after you put the ruffle in, you finish it off with bias binding. Oops, I'm receiving a call, pardon me. Sorry about that. And now I'm hearing my husband returning too, so probably going to be interrupted more, but there we go. That's family life. So yeah, where was I? Okay, so it's finished really nicely on the inside with some bias binding. That went in fine. The instructions are really quite clear. I think it was very straightforward. Yeah, I think the only thing that I'm going to change the next time is that I will probably lengthen it just a tiny bit, and maybe even kind of adjust the side seams just a little bit so it's not quite as oversized, but I'm not going to go down any more sizes because then it will be too tight over the shoulders and everything. I think that if I really had wanted to escape making all those buttonholes, then I could just as easily have just stitched the buttons through, because this goes on and off over my head, no problem. And next time, if I make it again, and I think I will, next time I think I probably will try to make it in, first of all, a solid, so that you can see the sort of pleat detail on the sleeve a little better, because that's a really nice thing, I think. And I think also that I might make it in something like a viscose linen, something with, you know, drape, but maybe not as lightweight as this one. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how I feel about it yet. It was really, really open in the neckline, so I'm actually wearing a little cami top underneath it, and I felt like my neck was really quite exposed, so I put on this little necklace that my mother gave me maybe like 30 years ago, and it is a polished stone heart that she got in a Norwegian town that she loved, that's called Røros. It's an old, like, mining town that's really famous for its picturesque beauty. And yeah, she bought it for me there. So I cherish this now. Yeah, okay. So what else? I have been buying a couple of new patterns lately. I was watching the spring inspiration video that Sarah Naomi put up the other day. I'll link her video below. And she showed one of her cardigans, and it's called the Jenny, I think, by Muse Patterns. And that was just exactly the pattern that I've been looking for, because I want some more cardigans. I wear cardigans quite a lot, and I have some cardi patterns, but I've never really been able to find like the one. And I haven't obviously made it up yet, but I really think this could be the one. And the other one of the other patterns that I've bought was actually, I bought it today. And that was because the Chalk and Notch is running a Me Made Made sale these days. It's still on. And today I finally went over there to buy the French dress pattern. I've been thinking about that so many times, and today I sort of, you know, let's just get this done. So I bought that, and I'm really excited to try to sew that up, and I hope that will be a nice dress that I can wear this summer. In other things, I did buy some new fabrics, a few, not many, but as I talked about in my latest video, I did buy a sort of sage green jersey with zebras on it. That is just as cute in real life that it was on the website. That's now all washed, and yeah, I'm thinking about what I'm going to make with it. I'm not going to show you the other ones because they're just plain jerseys. And I did actually get one piece of denim from a place that I've never ordered before, and that was Rainbow Fashion, not to be confused with Rainbow Fabrics. Okay, Rainbow Fashion in Oslo. And they had some, it's really hard to get like good quality denim with a bit of stretch in it. And that's like heavier, because usually the stretch denims around here, the sort of heaviest stretch denim you can get your hands on is like 10 ounces or 10 and a half, as they have at Self-Made. But I really would like some high quality stretch denim for some new jeans. And I thought, you know, this one was advertised as, I think, like 12 ounces. And it said it was supposed to be like 2-3% elastane in it. I'm not quite sure that's true, because it has a little bit of ease in it, but it's not really stretchy, not enough to justify that amount of elastane. And I haven't weighed it or anything, but it doesn't feel any heavier than the 10 and a half ounces that you can find at Self-Made. So not sure I'm quite happy with it, but I'm absolutely definitely going to sew it up. So yeah, I might just have to think about what pattern I'm going to use. So maybe I'll even use one of the patterns that I have for rigid denim, because the stretch is minimal. So yeah, just have to readjust a little bit. I have also ordered something from Andrea from Beyond the Pink Duo, and when that arrives, I'll obviously show it to you. It was so exciting to order from her new shop in the UK. So yeah, I've received a tracking number and everything, so let's hope that it arrives soon, because that fabric looked absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I think that was it, and I hope this video wasn't too long for you, but I will be back soon with an sort of spring plans video, I think. And thank you for watching my channel, and please do give me a like or subscribe if you feel up to it, and I'll see you later. Bye.